Zillow came up with this display guidelines or display rules of their own. I don't know exactly how they're referring to them. That's kind of how I'm referring to them. And there was a lot of confusion about, well, will your listing at MLS Listings get caught in the net that Zillow has and then never get displayed on Zillow? And so the answer to that is I've met with the Zillow execs, and what I've come to an agreement with them on is that, and this is for MLS Listings, all right? So if you're talking to an agent who's working with a different MLS, it might be different. They may not have this agreement in place, but for us, they've agreed that if the listing uh, is legal within, quotes, legal, meaning it's compliant with MLS Listings rules, then why should they be penalizing the listing agent and not put it on Zillow? So they've agreed that if it's compliant with our rules, then they'll display it. So let's break that down a little bit. Let's unpack that. So really what that means is if you have a listing that is on the MLS, whether it's in members only or whether it's an active listing, and it goes into the MLS and then it becomes public somewhere. That's legal, right, Mark? That's compliant with
Absolutely.
our rules. So that Zillow will, not apply their display penalty to those. However, if they see it publicly first before it's in the MLS, either members only or active, that's where they have said they're going to enact that display embargo, if you will, on that particular listing. They'll give some warnings first. However many warnings, that's up to them, and that's up to them as to what they're doing. So but I think I've read about, and you've all heard it, I think they're giving a number of different warnings first, and then after that listing agent, if they do it again, will not see those. One of the examples I heard from another MLS, not here, but from another MLS, there was a listing that went onto Instagram before it went into the MLS. And then after a business day of it being on Instagram, they reached out to the listing agent and said, "Hey, here's your warning. It may have been an office exclusive. I don't know, but remember, office exclusives, they don't go public like that." So that's the agreement we have with Zillow, and so it's Zillow's decision on doing that, but we've convinced Zillow that this is in the best interest for everybody. If it's following the MLS rules, then why not just continue with the display of it on Zillow? So that's where we came to an agreement with Zillow on.
So, Dave, you took a very proactive role in, getting discussions started with Zillow when this first started to come down. For our members that may belong to San Francisco or Bay East, those rules may not, what you've just described may not apply in those other MLSs because you went out and really put the protection around our subscribers and their listings on behalf of MLS Listings.
Yeah, I can't really comment on what the others have
Yeah.
done one-on-one with Zillow. They may have something similar. I really don't know. But yeah, when we were in Washington, D.C. at the beginning of June, I reached out to him and said, I need to meet with you. We need to have this discussion and explain to him, here's the reasons why we want to do it this way. You guys should consider this. And they looked at it and said, well, yes, if it's meeting all the rules of the MLS and it's available in the MLS for everybody to see, whether it's members only or active, why would we penalize them? That wasn't really their intent. So they listened and said, yeah, we can do that.
Make sure to check out our Pro Support page for additional videos on a full range of topics. And don't forget to click that subscribe button on our MLS Listings YouTube page.